Okay, a brief tutorial on argumentative writing. For 8th graders, this should be a review. For 7th graders, it should also be a review, but we've got a few more examples up here in 7th grade that you're going to want to pay attention to. So first up, argument writing or argumentative writings are writings that clearly take one side. All right, so you have to pick a side and go with it, and you have to go with what the evidence and the elaboration proves. If you are stuck and you are not sure which one to go, you want to go on the side that has the strongest examples. Fake it so you can prove it. Okay, so all writings are going to take one side. They're going to explain using evidence why, and you are going to elaborate on this. Okay, go a little bit more in depth, analyze it. Then you're going to explain the opposing sides' issues and their weaknesses. That's a bit more than you've probably had to do before in the past. Now, you're also going to do this in a professional tone. There's no name calling. There's no saying the other side is idiots, they're stupid. We don't do that. That's not professional, and that's what you're going to do. You are going to write in third person. So that's another aspect to keep in mind. Okay, so let's get a little bit more into the different sections of the argumentative writing. So just like in informational writing, you're going to have an intro, you're going to have a thesis statement in that intro, you're going to have body paragraphs that are based off of your thesis, and you're going to use different examples that have a lot of elaboration. One difference in this section, though, is that you're going to have an area where you explain the other side's perspective and what you think is wrong with it. Now, remember, you're not going to say, I think this is wrong because that's first person. You're writing in third person. You're also going to have a conclusion, which summarizes your argument and why it's the best. And you're also going to repeat what's wrong with the other side and why. Okay? Remember, there's no such thing as a 5-paragraph essay because it just doesn't exist. No one writes like that. Another thing that's new this year is linear versus non-linear. And this is hard to explain without seeing an example. But a linear argument is where you talk about item 1, and then in paragraph 2, you'll talk about item 2, and in paragraph 3, you talk about item 3. That's all well and good, and you can do that if it's easier for you 7th grade. But for those of you who want to challenge yourself, this is where the non-linear approach comes in. You will instead group your paragraphs by topic instead of chronology. So that's going to help you to identify if you're talking about, say, imperialism and humanitarian examples, you want to make sure that both examples talk about that topic, humanitarianism, when it comes to imperialism. And then you'll say one side of the argument and then the other side. That's how you do the nonlinear. They are included in the paragraph. There's no separation into different paragraphs. Okay? So it's definitely harder to write a non-linear writing. And in 7th grade, you don't have to do this. You're going to be encouraged to try. And if you try, you get credit for it. 8th grade, you're expected to do it. And it's going to be hard, and you're going to struggle. And that's okay, because that's why we do multiple drafts. So the more opportunity you have to partake in it, to experience it, the better and easier it's going to be for you in the long run.